Well, I too would like to thank Chairman Bouchon, Ranking Member Lipinski, and the members of the subcommittee for the opportunity to speak today. My name is Ed Lazowska. I'm a longtime faculty member at the University of Washington. I've been a member or chair of many federal IT advisory committees. Most recently, I was co-chair of the working group of the President's Council of Advisors on Science and Technology that conducted a review of the overall NITRD program in 2010. What that review found, and you've heard about this from the other two witnesses, is that the research ecosystem supported by the NITRD program has been the primary factor in America's leadership, world leadership in information technology. And if we're going to remain competitive in this increasingly competitive world, there's honestly no field in which it's more important to maintain our leadership than information technology. So what I want to do today is focus on one aspect of my written testimony, and that's the unique and essential role of the relatively modest federal investment in IT R&D. The National Research Council, over many years, going back to 1995, a report I participated in, has constructed a series of diagrams that attempt to explain how this works, how this ecosystem fits together. I want to say for Mr. Lipinski, who has seen previous versions of this diagram, that this one is new and improved, just out a few months ago. And in fact, the individual who produced this is Peter Lee, who's the Vice President for Microsoft Research in the United States. This diagram is a timeline that runs from bottom to top, and it tracks the growth of 8 major sectors of the IT industry: broadband and mobile, microprocessors, personal computing, and so on. They're labeled near the top. There are 3 lines for each sector. Let me just take a second and explain this. The red line shows research performed in universities, mostly with NITRD funding. The blue line in the middle shows when industry R&D organizations were working in the same sector, largely with private sector funding. The dotted black line shows when the first product was introduced. When that line becomes green, it became a $1 billion market sector. When the green line gets thicker, it becomes a $10 billion market sector. The small diagonal arrows you can barely see are the flow of specific key people and ideas between academia and industry and between the sectors. It looks like someone just tossed those on there, but in fact there's a spreadsheet that says what each one corresponds to. And above the lines are some of the multi-billion-dollar companies that resulted in these sectors. So the diagram shows many key aspects of this really incredibly productive IT R&D ecosystem, and let me just note a few of them. First, research can take a long time before it pays off. In many of those examples, 15 years from critical research advances to the first product introduction. Secondly, research often pays off in unanticipated ways. We're not very good at predicting where the biggest impact is going to be. Third, advances in one sector often enable advances in other sectors. It really is an interconnected network. Fourth, the research ecosystem is fueled by the flow of people and ideas back and forth between academia and industry. And finally, every one of these multi-billion-dollar sectors has a clear relationship to federal research investment. So it's important to realize, and you've heard it from the other two witnesses, that federal investment does not supplant private sector investment, it complements it. Here's why. The vast majority of industry R&D is development, the engineering of the next release of the product. This is totally appropriate. Developing products is hard. Also, research takes many years to pay off in many cases. Even at Microsoft and IBM, which invest far more than any other IT companies in work that looks out more than 1 or 2 product cycles, this investment constitutes only about 5% of total R&D. Right? At most companies, it's 0% in IT. So here's a great example. You heard, by the way, of Connect from Dr. McKinley. It's this cute little iPad. Right? Now, it's a product that maybe only Apple could have designed, just like Connect is a clever product maybe only Microsoft could have designed. But every distinctive aspect of this device, the multi-touch interface, the sensors, the processor, has its origins in federally sponsored research. So IT R&D leads to exciting companies, but it does far more. It drives the economy, as you heard, directly through the growth of the IT industry, indirectly through productivity gains in other sectors. Looking to the future, and Chairman Bouchon did a wonderful job of describing this in his introductory remarks, dramatic advances are necessary in meeting all of our national and global challenges: improved health care, advanced manufacturing, increased national and homeland security, revolutionizing transportation, personalized education, hopefully we'll talk about MOOCs in a minute, putting the smarts in the smart grid, driving advances in all fields. Given the broad influence, it's not surprising that the demand for IT workers is strong. Dr. McKinley spoke to that clearly. What I would say is all STEM is important, but from a workforce point of view, all STEM is not created equal. So to summarize, computing research changes our world, drives our prosperity, enables advances in all other fields, and is essential to meeting our national and global challenges. The government has played an essential role in fostering these examples. The future is bright. There's opportunity and need. There's also tremendous need for well-educated graduates. The government's role in supporting fundamental research is essential and doesn't supplant private sector investment. Thank you very much.